onslaughtradio.com. Backstage at Bloodstock.
Hey everyone, this is Steph from Onslaught Radio and I'm here with the guys from Benediction. On my left I've got Daz, on the right I've got Rui. Lads, you played the Ron James Dio stage, you opened it up. How the hell was it?
Fantastic. We were a bit worried, to be honest. 10 to 11, 10 minutes before we went on, there was no one there. By the time we hit the stage, the place was packed. 2 minutes into the set, we got a circle pit going. You can't ask any more than that.
Brilliant, I loved it. I was there, I was watching the whole thing. These guys, they really know their stuff, been around for a long time. They're true veterans. I mean, last album, 2008, Killing Music. What can we expect from Benediction in the future? Is there anything in the works? Is there any sort of plans?
Well, next year is our 25th year of being around. So I think there's a pretty good chance that next year we'll have a product out. I'm looking forward to it, and it should be really good.
So have you started sort of writing, or is it still kind of just...
It's pretty much done. We've got a bag full of songs written. We had a bag full after Killing Music had finished, but obviously we had like 30 songs. We picked the best ones for Killing Music. We've elaborated on some of the tracks we've got. We've sold it. We've written a lot more. I reckon we got 17 songs ready to go. The plan is to record in November for release about February, and then hit the whole European circuit come the summer. That's the plan.
And are you planning to self-release it, or are you going to look for some label support? Or
we'll stay with Nuclear Blast. Nuclear Blast have looked after us. I mean, when we first started with Nuclear Blast, there were two guys. He made the record label from his mum's bedroom. Now he's got 5 stories, 3 Porsches, 85 staff. He's doing really well. But we're obviously now, where we were a big fish in a small pond, we're clearly a small fish in a big pond. But they still look after us, and it's kind of a... We've got a brotherly kind of link with them, So I wouldn't be happy releasing with anybody else, to be honest.
Okay. Brilliant. So we know you've got a record in the works, and so can we safely assume that'll be out next year, or sort of? Yeah,
like I say, the plan is to record in November for release about February, March. Get the interest up, March, April, and then hit the festival scene in the summer and do as many festivals as possible, play to as many people as possible.
Okay, brilliant. Now you guys have been here, I think 3 times now in total. With today, it's almost like a second home for you guys. What do you guys love about Bloodstock? What is it about this festival that makes it so great in comparison to, say, Download or Sonosphere?
Well, personally, I live about 2 miles down the road, so it's
fantastic.
You know what I mean? I can actually hear it from my back garden. You know what I mean? It's just good. It's good to have England on the map for years. It was always Europe, and they're the best extreme metal festivals. Because to me, this is an extreme metal festival, it always will be, and from its roots, from its beginning. And it's just good that Bloodstock's on the map, and you know what I mean, asking bands like us to play from the old school. And it's just England. I'm proud to be English, and you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Right at the minute, it's not corporate yet. It gets bigger every year, and I hope it doesn't get too corporate. But at the minute, it's for the metal fans. It's kind of a family vibe,
Totally.
And I'm hoping it doesn't get too big. Obviously, they've got some big name bands playing here, but supposedly so far no egos. I haven't seen any egos, and that's the way we need to keep it. We don't want it to be Download. Download's just a money making machine. For me, I'm not interested in that. I'm festival for the people. Keep the tickets as cheap as possible. Make it as accessible as possible. The bands that people want, not necessarily the bands that the magazines say should be on there. It's kind of cool. It's really cool. And the proof is in the pudding. A band can go on at 11 o'clock and everybody's there. So I'm well happy.
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, I think you've said everything that that I would say as well about this festival. I think it's brilliant. I think it's possibly one of the best years I've been to. I mean, weather-wise, it's absolutely fantastic. I think that had a lot to do with the crowd reception you got today. Everyone's just been smiling. Everyone's been so happy to see you guys. I mean, did you feel like a slight difference in comparison to the other times you've played? Was there something?
Well, it was weird. The first time we played was on the main stage, 5 o'clock, which is supposedly a killer slot, but it was a smaller festival. Then it was a good vibe, but not a brilliant vibe. It was still an infantile festival, and it was still learning. The last time we played, we headlined the Sarah Lancaster stage, wherever it is, and that went really well. They opened the flaps up, they got as many people in as they could, and that was perfect. So, in fairness to Bloodstock, we shouldn't even be here this year. We've not got a new product out. We played here a couple of years ago, but they asked us if we'd open up, and you don't turn that shit down. You know.
So is this a one-off thing for this year, or have you got any other sort of tour dates planned, like sort of one-off dates here or there, maybe some local shows or anything?
There's about a dozen festivals we've played, and we are playing in Europe, but nothing as major as hopefully next year will be. Next year's a big one. 25 years as a band. You know, hopefully we get a little bit of respect. It was a bit disappointing today to open and then find out bands after us are, you know, infantile bands and have only played one open air show, and you know that's a bit hard to swallow. But you know, I'm just happy to be here. To be honest, the vibe's really good. Everybody's really friendly. Crew, the security's really friendly. It's a really good vibe, and I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, well, going from the crowd reaction I saw earlier, I mean, everybody fucking loved you guys. There was such a... I just looked around and so many people just like nodding their heads and smiling, and they could see that this is a band that are veterans of the genre, the guys who know, the sort of the progenitors of it, the guys who,
His hands up in the air all the way back past the sound desk at 11 o'clock in the morning. People should still be hungover from yesterday, and getting themselves up to have maybe a bacon sarnie, and that should be as much effort they need to put in at this time of the morning. So for so many people to come down, and we've just had figures from the website of the streaming, it's an immense number. Yeah. It's incredible. So I'm
Okay, so obviously we're here at Bloodstock 2012, but what other festival is there out there that you guys haven't played yet and would love to play? Is there something out in Europe that you guys have been sort of eyeing up for a long time, thinking, oh god, that would be lovely if we could get over there and play that?
Well, as a band, we've always tried to go to like extreme places and play as many places as possible. It's been like one of the main ambitions of the band, to go out places, and we're always willing to go as far flung as possible. We've played some strange festivals in some strange countries, and we're always willing to go as far as possible. I mean, I remember playing in Sarajevo not long after the war and everything. So that's just an example. And I mean, that's always been a policy of the band, to try and get us to extreme places where people haven't got the opportunity to go and see this sort of music, you know what I mean? So for us, doing smaller festivals is just as important as doing bigger festivals like this. You know what I mean? Festivals with, 500,000 people in, it's just as important as doing one with how many thousand are here today. So, you know what I mean?
Some new places, the Indias and... when we first started out, we used to get a lot of press and a lot of tapes from... Because obviously tape trading is where we first started out when it was underground. We used to get a lot from Malaysia and Indonesia. It'd be nice to get down there and play some of them places. Obviously Japan and Australia, but, they're a bit more mainstream. But I'd like to go to the places that you don't expect. I'd like to India and Asia and the Middle East, and I'd like to have a crack at that.
There's a cracking scene in India right now, and the guys in Demonic Resurrection, they're from India. They're playing today on the Sophie Lancaster stage. Yeah, going to go see them. And they were supposed to play here last year, but I think they were supposed to play Sonisphere, but something happened. They didn't make it. So it's really great to see them here. It just reaffirms the fact that metal is such a global phenomenon.
Yeah, like I say, when we first started, it was underground, and I still like the fact that it's. For a while, it went a bit too mainstream. This whole scene went a bit too mainstream, and there was bands they were then in it for the money. It's kind of gone a little bit more underground now, but I would still like the underground to be widespread. Not necessarily massive, not in massive numbers, not in units and monies and pound coins and that, but in distance. I'd like to get this scene to places that people haven't seen, because I'm sure there's people that could properly get into this, and it'd make me really happy just to see smiles on people's faces that have never seen this kind of shit before. It'd be nice to be one of the first bands in the unusual places.
Oh, that's brilliant. Fantastic. There's some great messages there. And I think that just about covers it, lads. Is there anything else that you'd like to add that we haven't covered? Just maybe like a shout out to the fans or something like that?
Me personally, I'd just like to thank you and everybody else who's backed us up in the past and is backing us up as it is. That's the bit that counts for us. Like I say, we're not bothered about paying coins and being on the front of magazines. We just want to play to as many people and make as many people happy as we can. So for you, I'm very happy that you're here. No worries.
Can I just say, sometimes I think people are too serious in our band. It's all about having fun and enjoying yourself. You know what I mean? Yeah. Metal music's all about fun and enjoying yourself. It's not about being dead serious and into the devil, so to speak. It's just everybody have fun and remember what it's all about.
Brilliant. Yeah. Well, there you have it, guys. Benediction, Bloodstock 2012. Check them out. New album, hopefully out next year on Nuclear Blast Records. Cheers. See ya.